Hello viewers, thank you for viewing, commenting, subscribing my previous video. In the previous video, I have shown you the methods of launching or accessing ArcMap, one of the interface of ArcGIS, and today I'll focus on ArcCatalog. ArcCatalog, as you can understand from the term itself, it is used for holding or managing spatial data and creating designing geodatabase and recording the metadata. Metadata means data about data. That's you will be familiar when we are just advancing this training. So here the first approach is simply clicking here and launching ArcCatalog, and the second approach is just simply launching ArcMap, and from ArcMap you can launch or you can just click here, and this is the sections or the partial interface of the ArcCatalog. So many experts or professionals in this area are just using this approach. They will open ArcMap, they will do their task, and while they are planning to save their work, they will rush to ArcCatalog from ArcMap and in such a way. But I personally prefer the first approach to the second, because in the first approach you will have the chance to first fix all your data sources, because JS is all about data. So what you do is first you also let me disconnect this one. So first I will add or connect my folder. I will rest my working directory. My working directory is the D drive, because C is preserved for apps applications, and the D is for data in my case, because I don't want to make my PC more busy. So here I will right click and create a folder. Let me say JS. If I said JS training, what type of training? If I said JS training 1. In the JS training 1 folder, you may have new geodatabase, file geodatabase. If your work is in need of more storage, you can have file geodatabase. For my training, for the mini training purpose, I can use personal geodatabase is enough. And this is simply the container where it can incorporate all possible spatial and non-spatial data within it. So if I say JS, again JS training, yeah, this is training 1. That's it. And within JS training 1 geodatabase, the next smaller hierarchical structure of your data structure will be the feature dataset. Feature dataset. Dataset means set of data. It may be in the form of points, in the form of line, in the form of polygon, or in the form of annotations. So let me say, for instance, this is JS training. Training. You know what type of training already predefined in the geodatabase. So here you are expected to select the appropriate coordinate system. All the data that will be incorporated on this geodata set or data sets will have similar coordinate system. Maybe geographic coordinate system or projective coordinate system, depending upon your work type or the purpose of your work. You can select either of the methods. If it is geographic coordinate system, you can have lat long approach, degree millisecond, and if you have projected coordinate system, it may be in the metric or non-metric methods. For my purpose, I may use WGS World Global System, that's geographic system, that's 1984, UTM, Universal Transverse Mercatus Zone, 7 degree north. This is the Ethiopian corresponding in accordance with the Ethiopian appropriate local location, as maybe the zone. So next you have the default vertical system. This is again, you can fix this one, or you can modify, or you can leave it set aside default, because this is very essential in time of topological error fixing, because the degree of deviation from the reality, or the rate of tolerance, to what extent you tolerate errors, will be just set here. So for this purpose I will leave it aside, and it is by default like that. So again, being click or right click on dataset, I can have new feature class. That new feature class may be point, maybe line, maybe polygon, or annotation. For instance, if you take town may be a polygon or maybe a point. If you have small scale, it may be put in the form of dots. For instance, you can put Addis Ababa or Abamenge in the form of dots, depending upon the nature of the scale. So towns of Ethiopia, if I said, or something like that. Polygon, that is point feature. Then what is, well, for instance, what possible attributes should be incorporated in that feature class. For instance, I said name of the town. The name of the town may be important, so you can fix here. The name may be text. And what else? Area of the town. Area of the town may be. The area of the town may be put in the form of double float, because area may be this amount of meters square or something like that. So there is numbers and characters. I can say population, for instance, population of the town, the density population, total population of the town. That population may be in the form of again integer or dash of integer or something like that. You can just select appropriate field names and data types, the corresponding data type. So this is one thing, and if you want to add additional field names in time of processing, in time of digitizing, you can add additional field names. For the time being, how to create field names, since this sample is enough, I think. Then so this is done. You see, like this, you can add again another feature class in the form of polygon, in the form of line, and the like. And if you have all the data that you want to be incorporated in here, and if you don't want to develop from scratch, and if you simply want to modify some parts of that attribute, you can import from the previously done features. Maybe if you want to import single feature, you can have this one. If you want to more than one features, you can have multiple features import, and you can incorporate within this. So this is how to create geodata base in the ArcCatalog. This is one of the function of catalog. We will see in the future the advanced sessions, metadata creation and viewing of the content. Here, the content will be displayed here. Preview of will be put in the form of map geographic on the table. You can watch the table of that data. Here, this is what the name and area population. If you have additional attributes, it will be displayed in this manner. So this is one of the function of ArcGIS for this session purpose. I think this is enough for how to create. So you can entertain with this one, and not to let you get bored. I will come up with very short and precise, and I think you will enjoy. Later on, I will add additional attributes within that, and we'll rush to from simple to complex. Thank you for watching this one for this purpose, and see you by the coming video. Thank you.